It is our time to talk about GRACE, Greater Richland Area Cancer Elimination, here on the morning show from WRCO. We have in the studio Walk Chair June Nee, along with Eileen Stevens, President, and Alan Kashubsky is here as well. He's a member of the GRACE Committee and looking at the upcoming Race for Grace, which isn't very far away. We'll start with June today. June, as Walk Chair, you've got some busy things. It's a busy month of May, isn't it?
Yes, good morning, Phil. Yes, we have kickoff coming up in May, so we're really excited to officially get Walk with Grace kicked off. That will be on Thursday night, May 15th, at the Richland Community Center. And we're going to have a free will offering pancake supper, which the doors will open about 4:30. And the supper will include pancakes, sausage links, some warm cherries, applesauce, and a beverage. And the Kiwanis Club of Richland Center is providing this as a community service for Grace. So we want to thank them so very much for that. And if you haven't had their pancake suppers before, they're really good. Come on out and join us. And this is a night where we want our teams to come and register. The register, the amount for that is still $150. We've not changed that. And we'll invite our teams to register and then pick up their packets. They can pick up luminaries, calendar raffle tickets. They can pick up tickets for the car raffle and pick their team site. So lots of stuff going on that night.
Definitely, and I think that overshadowing maybe the supper, but that's always a free will offering, and we'll hope a lot of people, maybe even if they're not going to be involved in Grace and have a team, it's a nice night to stop out, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. The public is welcome to join us, and anybody can come and enjoy that really yummy supper. So yeah, please come on out and join us, and if you're thinking about having a team or you just want to learn more about Grace, it's a great night to do that. We're also going to have a little program about kind of around 6 p.m. We'll see kind of how our crowd is. But that's the night that we will be introducing our 4 ambassadors for the year of 2025. So we're really excited about that. And we had, I think, about 8 nominations. So it was really tough to get down to 4. Every one of them we're just honored to have them nominated. Wish we could have all of them, but we are down to 4. And so we're really excited to announce our ambassadors that night as well.
You're not going to give us a morning show exclusive here. We got to wait till the kickoff.
No morning show exclusive. So, but yeah, it'll be a kind of a short program. We're going to have some of the other chairs speak. Rob Renish for our registration chair is going to give an update on the packets and go through. And then I think other committee chairs like Eric Renish from logistics may speak. So we'll have a few of those. And then I believe Alan Kazupski is going to be speaking about the Race for Grace that night too.
Yeah, that week we'll kick off, and then you get right in. I mean, there's always been some fundraisers going all the way along, but it's going to be really nice to get that going, and then 2 days later have 2 big events on the same day, right?
Yes, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that Saturday with Race for Grace that morning, and then get all dressed up and go to the quilt gala that night. So, yeah, it's a busy kickoff for Grace, that's for sure.
Teams, that's the night when they actually register and get their packets. And commonly, do you have, does it require a number of members of the team? Can you just have 1 or 2 or whatever?
No, there's no requirement for a number. I've been on teams over the years where, I had my own family team and been on WRCO teams where, we only had maybe 5-10 people. It really doesn't matter. If you want to register and have a team, it doesn't matter how many, just come and join us. And it's just a lot of fun the night of the walk to have your team there and be a part of it.
So the theme again this year, could you go over that for us?
Yes, our theme is Cancer, get up, get out of here. And that's kind of in memory of Bob Uecker. And so the colors will be blue this year. So I like that one. It's pretty good. We had a couple of really good ideas floating around, and that one was the most popular. So.
And the T-shirts are going to be quite festive, it sounds like.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. There'll be a blue color Depends on, what's available, but I think we'll try to get it, close to the Brewers colors. And then our raffle tickets will be like a yellow color. So, yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun this year, kind of that baseball theme.
And then from there, that's the important one. But then what are the next steps after that as you get ready for the walk in August?
Yes, we have kickoff in May, and then we'll have our T-shirt order night in June, and I don't know that date offhand. And then in July will be T-shirt pickup, and then and then in August 6th, that's a Wednesday night. At the Phoenix Center, we will have our Survivor Captain's Night, and that's when teams will bring their packets and turn them in because if they want their luminaries and to go into the recording and be read, they must turn those in that night. You can turn luminaries in at the walk, but that is they will make sure that they're in on the video that Nova Video will do, and also that to be on the radio for reading the names. So then we have that. There will be a free will offering pizza dinner that night, and we'll also have speakers from Gunderson and the UW Carbone.
Plans are being made for the radio auction again. If somebody would like to contribute or help out or donate, things are underway, right?
Yep. We'll get letters out soon, and then I believe there's already donations coming in. I think Eileen's going to touch on that a little bit. But, if you want to donate, we'd like to have those donations in by July 10th. If you want to donate a basket or an item, that would be very much appreciated.
For the kickoff night, then, if somebody is not a member of a team or a committee or whatever, you still could always use some help, I'm guessing, setting up and tearing down, right?
Yeah. We'll always take volunteers. We like to help set up. The Kiwanis Club is so generous with their time. We want to make sure we have plenty of help there for them. So we help set up, and then a lot of us help serving, whatever they need us to do, and then we stay and make sure we clean up and take care of everything.
Wonderful. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. Just please mark Thursday, May 15th on your calendars. And even if you don't have a team, just please come out and support Grace. And all proceeds go right to the Grace basket and helping patients. So all that your money will go to a good cause. And like I said, you're going to get a great meal of pancakes, sausage links. Those warm cherries are really good. Applesauce and a beverage. So come on out and join us.
When we were kids, it was always really cool when you could have breakfast for supper. And that's one of those nights where you could do that,
Yes, so. I always loved I love breakfast anyway. So breakfast for supper is really good.
Great time on the 15th. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, June. We appreciate the update.
Thank you, Phil.
Alan Kaszubski is here as well. Alan, things are moving right along. In fact, you've been coming here every month, and this is the last morning show before your walk or your race for Grace then, right?
Yeah, it's hard to believe, Phil. But before we talk about the race, I'm telling you, I'm getting hungry for pancakes for supper.
Sounds good just talking about it, doesn't it?
Maybe we could have a competition that night to see how many pancakes we could eat.
Now, that's the one competition that I could get involved in. I don't have to move. Sounds good to me. But, yeah, things are kind of in place then for the 17th then, right?
Yes. It's looking really solid. May 17th, we've got the Race for Grace. This is our second year doing it, so we're really excited about it. We're not quite experts yet, but we're a little smarter than last year. So we got a lot of good things going. For those of you that haven't heard about it yet, just let me review a couple things. So on May 17th, we're going to have the Race for Grace at the Dr. Killian Meyer building, which is right by the Richland Center Community Center. And at 7:30 in the morning, we'll have the 1 mile, and for that 1 mile run or walk, we'll also have the Firefighters Challenge. And right now we have 7 teams signed up that are going to be wearing their firefighter gear doing that 1 mile, or their police gear, because we have a team from the Richland County Sheriff's Department and a team from the Richland Center Police Department joining our firefighter team. So we're really excited about that. I know they've been egging each other on a little bit and to see who's going to be fastest. So we'll find out because we're going to chip time them. So we'll get the official results that morning, but they'll all be winners and we'll be cheering them on, no matter who comes in first or last. It's going to be a lot of fun. So after that 1 mile at 8 o'clock that morning, we're going to have our 10K runners start, and that will be a run. And then at 8:10, we have a 1/4 mile run for the kids. And that was a blast last year. We had when you get to see those young kids wearing a race bib and they've got their running shirts on and hopefully going the right direction, it's a lot of fun. And then at 8:30, we have our last event for that morning, and it'll be our 5K starting off.
Mm-hmm. So you got it tapered pretty well, it sounds like, where people can be there at the finish line to cheer people on and then send the next group off then.
Yeah, absolutely. So we tried to change up the order from last year. We tried to space it out a little bit more to avoid the, people running into each other, trying to get around each other for that, for our fast people, wanting those good times, and tried to remove some of those bottlenecks for everyone.
Okay. And what about the course, Alan? Is it the same as last year?
So that's a great question, and it's close to the same as last year. But if you go to walkwithgrace.com and then click the first button on there to talk about the race, you'll find a link on the race site then for the maps. We have the maps out there for each of the events, but they're very close. So if you did it last year, they're very close. The only big difference is that we're not able to go on the UW campus grounds this year.
Okay. But kind of in the same direction then, right?
Yeah.
You just kind of loop around. And...
Yep. So the 10K kind of goes up into Allison Park and then comes back and then goes out to the Richland Center High School, and the 5K just kind of goes out to the Richland Center High School. And the 1 mile, we just keep that right in Crosscut Park, which is really nice.
Initially, are you getting pretty good response online from people registering?
We are. It's been great. We're ahead of last year. We're hoping to grow it a little more yet. We'd like to see people continually to register. And about that, you can still register online at walkwithgrace.com, or you can come to the Grace office when we're open to register in person, or you can pick up a registration sheet at Simon's Recreation Complex. They have them at the front desk as well. But we want people if you want a T-shirt, it's very important that you register before May 1st. We have to submit our T-shirt order on May 1st. So everyone that registers before May 1st will be guaranteed a T-shirt and a swag bag full of goodies. And we're just so grateful for all the businesses that have been sponsoring us, whether it's something in the swag bag or the T-shirt sponsorships. And our start-finish line. Jewel Associates Engineers is sponsoring our start-finish line this year. So we're just overwhelmed by all the support.
How much is the entry fee?
Great question, Phil. And now
I'm putting you on the spot here.
You're putting me on the spot. No warning at all.
Well, I was going to say is no matter what the entry fee is, you're probably going to get it back in your swag bag the way it sounds, because you have a lot of goodies in there, don't you?
Absolutely. There's a lot of great things there. But thankfully, thanks to that great website at walkwithgrace.com, I could look up the registration fees.
That was quick.
Yes, very fast. So for the kids race, it's $20. For the 1 mile, it's $25. For the 5K, it's $35. And for the 10K, it's $45.
That's very good. June, you've been in a number of races. That's pretty reasonable, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's very reasonable. And for a great cause.
I think that hopefully people will jump at the chance here, right? And last year it was so impressive to see families and grandpas and grandmas and pushing strollers, and that makes it really a nice Grace event, doesn't it?
It was really neat. We had such a wide range of people. We had wide range of abilities. I saw some people that the 1 mile was a real challenge for them, and they made it, and you could see how grateful they were for making it. I know that there were people that the 5K was a challenge for them, and then we have our real runners that were doing the 10K and just knocking the times off. It's just amazing. But, in the 5K, I saw families with strollers as well. So it was just such a wonderful mix. What I saw constantly, though, were a lot of people smiling and having a great time, which was wonderful.
So May 1st is the deadline to get a T-shirt, but then if you register like the day of the event, there's still some opportunities too, correct?
Yeah, so we will get a few extra shirts because we learned from last year, too, that there's definitely a few procrastinators out there, and we want to try to be nice to some of them, but there will be very limited sizes. So we'll order a few extra of the common sizes. But even if we run out of the shirts, we might have some swag bags for you yet. But even if you don't get any of those, just still know that your funds go to a great cause. So all the proceeds from this event go directly to Grace and to our general fund. But the swag bag, like you mentioned, Phil, we do have a lot of great things. Grace is putting sunscreen in there because that fits right along with our prevention. There's $1 off a value basket for Culver's. There's an entry form that the Richland Locker is providing for a chance to win a camping bundle or a picnic pack or a sweatshirt. There's a free wine tasting from Wild Hills Winery. There's going to be some canned koozies, a $1.50 off coupon at Christie's Sunnyside, a $10 off coupon at Bindle's for a standard oil change. And then we have the kids' swag bags, too. And they really got some good stuff in there, Phil.
Awesome.
Yep, but you're not going to be able to get one of those. No. I'm sorry. But there's free custard from Culver's and free ice cream from Utters Brothers, along with some other stuff that we expect to get that we don't know the full details of it yet, other than it sounded like flashy lights and blinky things.
And what kid doesn't love that? It sounds like it's going to be just a great time coming up. Eileen Stevens is here as well. Eileen, a lot of exciting news. Tell me a little bit about the Cazenovia Polar Plunge, which they had their finale, their swan song, but I understand that there's some money to be divvied out.
Yes, there is. Well, good morning, Phil. I mean, it's, what are we, 105 days from the big race, or the big walk, I should say. The race is sooner than that.
That marked on your calendar?
Marked on my calendar, 105 days counting down here. But yes, the Polar Plunge, as you know, they will be doing a press release regarding the Polar Plunge, and they raised an impressive amount this year at their February event. They're wrapping things up, and we will do a big check presentation on Sunday, May 4th. That's going to be at the Still Pub and Grill in Yuba. So if you want to be the first to see that total, you need to pop up there and be there for when we do the big check. Again, that's Sunday, May 4th at 11:30 a.m. We appreciate, Christy Latica and all the work that she has done, and her team. Christy's my contact. I use her name, but there's obviously a community that puts that together for us, and we're very, very appreciative of that. Their 2024 total, if you remember, was over $40,000. Then they announced that 2025 was going to be their last year of the plunge, and I'll tell you, they have gone out with a bang with what we've seen so far. We are anxious to do that big check for them on the 11th, so pretty excited.
The 4th, you said.
Or the 4th, yes.
Yeah. It's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, by the way.
Yes, May the 4th be with you at 11:30.
You can celebrate accordingly there in Yuba that day.
Yes.
Well, we've been seeing the car all over the place. Can you give us an update on the car raffle?
Yes, the car raffle. It's still sitting at Chet's, I think, as of this morning. So it's out and about. So it could just be an I Spy game as where's the Grace car. Of course, we're doing that in conjunction with Jones's. We are only selling 6,000 tickets for that car. And we're asking, the teams are going to work hard at that fundraiser. They don't only, not just the car, but they're going to have the calendar raffle tickets coming out here shortly. And the teams that sell the tickets, of course, that amount goes towards their team total. So if a team does a bake sale and say they do $300, but they sell 25 car raffle tickets at $20 each, that's another $500. So their team will be credited for $800. So as long as they're selling the tickets, they're turning the money in with the tickets, that all counts towards their team total, as well as the calendar raffle tickets that will be coming out. So they do get credit for that. And we already have over $6,000 worth of tickets turned in. Wow. And we're just really getting started. I mean, tis the season. It's coming out for the parades and the Mushroom Festival, the community events. Every community has something going on. So if we can get the teams out there selling those tickets, that would be great.
The car kind of sells the ticket itself because it's so bright and flashy, isn't it?
It is bright and flashy, and of course, even the raffle tickets themselves. I mean, that blue and that it just pops on that white stock or card stock. And then, as June said, the shirts are going to be blue this year to kind of bring that together with the car and with the Brewers and everything else. So yeah, the car is amazing.
If someone is listening and they'd like to have the car show up at an event, how can they go about that? Contact Grace?
Right. They can just contact the Grace office. They can either give us a call at 608-604-8255, whether they want it at their place for an event they're doing, or if they want to have it for 2 days, a week, whatever, we can get it out there. We put it in the parades. So if you have a parade coming up in your community, let us know about that. We'll get the car up there. We're pretty vigilant about the miles. Of course, we don't want to put a lot of miles on the car, but we do want to get it out there to the parades and that. So just let us know. We'll certainly get that car to you if it works, if it's not already spoken for. We have Deanna keeps a nice list for us as to where it's at and stuff.
Good deal. That leads us into another question, because I know, Grace, you'd like to get involved in a few parades this year, Alan. Is that correct?
Yeah. But before I go into the parades, Phil, I just want to say I'm going to knock on wood. I don't want to jinx this car, but this car avoided that last hailstorm that we had, too.
Oh.
I took a close look at it, and I did not see any hail damage, so I was very thankful for that as well.
It's a good thing.
So it's a lucky car. Someone wants this car.
Wow. Yeah, it was like somebody dumping buckets of ice off the roof that morning. So
yeah, unfortunately, I cannot say the same for my truck. My truck was not as lucky as that Grace car was.
Well, that's good. So no hail damage.
Yes, yep. So it's looking good, pretty blue. But yes, parades. So Grace, the last few years, has been getting back into the parades in the community. And one nice thing that we had the last couple of years, we've had a parade coordinator. And there's so many different things going on with Grace. It's really nice to have someone that can kind of focus in on certain things. And when we had a parade coordinator, they would look at, the parades coming up, who we might need, how many people, the banner, the stickers, the flyers to hand out and stuff, and kind of coordinate for a meeting place, a time for people. And that was really special. That was helpful to get everything organized. And the person that we had last year did a wonderful job, but she moved away from the area. So we're actually looking for someone to help out with that again. So if you're someone that has, organizational skills, you like what Grace does, send us an email. Go to walkwithgrace.com, and there's an info submission at the bottom of the website that you can say, hey, I'd like to help out, or use the phone number that Eileen provided earlier, and just let us know that you would like to help out, maybe be a parade coordinator, and we'd love to have your help.
All right, sounds good. That's a good place to take a time out. We've got more to talk about with Grace, including the upcoming Quilt Gala and more stuff here when the morning show continues. On our morning show today from WRCO Radio, we're talking about Greater Richland Area Cancer Elimination, one of the crown jewels of the Richland Center in southwestern Wisconsin area. Eileen Stevens and Alan Kachupski remain in the studio with us. We wanted to touch on the Quilt Gala, which I know I've talked a little bit about it on this morning show, but it's getting closer as well. It's the night of the 17th, Eileen.
It is, May 17th. It's a team fundraiser. It's out at the community center. You've probably seen it posted around town. It's on Facebook. It's a gala, so that means it's going to be fancy black tie affair. It's going to be fun. I think they're going to make a great event out of that. It's $10 a person at the door. The doors will open at 6. The auction starts at 8. So that will give the attendees, ample time to take a closer look at the quilts. Closer look with the eyes, like we tell our kids, use your eyes, not your hands. Please don't touch the quilts. I think they're going to have some special gloves there for you, though. Enjoy some finger food, and then, plan your bidding strategy as to, what you're going to bid on. And they'll have a licensed bartender on staff at the community center, so they'll have wine and beer available for purchase if anybody would like to participate in that. So I'm excited about this fundraiser. That's one thing when I started volunteering with Grace, and you saw these beautiful quilts at the silent auction and stuff like that, and I really wanted to get them out separate into a different venue. And so when this came in, it was like perfect, because there's so much work that those individuals put into those to making those quilts that I think this gala will really get more value for those. And then, not to say that there won't be a quilt at the night of the walk. There may be, where it could be silent auction, it could be bucket raffle. With the bucket raffle, we get a pretty decent number of tickets in that, because there's a lot of people who don't have the disposable income to lay out $200 or $2,000 for a quilt bid, but they are able to put a few dollars worth of chances into the bucket. So we do have a pretty decent amount there.
Lorna Maxwell's the one to contact for more information. Or
exactly,
maybe
Lorna. Yep, Lorna Maxwell.
Have a keepsake you want to put in there. You probably can still do that, too.
Exactly, yep. And she gave us her number. Her number is 608-647-4234. So hopefully, I know they're going to have a great event.
You recently had a really nice donation of some tickets. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, just out of the blue, somebody actually outside of our service area, they aren't even in the counties that we serve, but they've heard about Grace, they know about Grace, and they wanted to give these tickets to Grace. But the event is coming up here soon. It's May 16th through the 18th. They provided us with 2 VIP tickets for opening weekend of Road America for their spring vintage weekend. So that they're going to have cars from several decades. They're going to have like the Lotus, the Alfa Romero, I think it's called, Jaguar, Porsche, Corvettes from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And also featured this year, they're going to have the Dave Wheeler Memorial. That's a Mazda Miata race that's new. So again, these tickets are a $720 value. These are Finish Line Tower Suites at Road America. That's located at the start and finish line and straight across from the main paddock, which of course is the hub of where everything takes place. These suites are furnished. They're climate controlled. They have a staff that attends to everything that you need. They have restrooms conveniently located on the floor, 2 high-definition screen TVs providing featured timing, scoring, live feed of the races. The package includes admission for all 3 days, the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Saturday and Sunday is access to the suite. So that suite opens up at 8 a.m. Saturday, we'll have a continental breakfast provided. Sunday, we'll have a hot breakfast provided. They have a hot lunch followed by afternoon snacks, plus beer, wine, water, and soda are included. The tickets provide access to the paddock each day, so that's where you can get up close and personal to the cars and the drivers. Also has VIP parking passes and VIP tower rooftop viewing access, which is ADA accessible. So it's pretty cool. The only thing not included in this package is like a hotel or campgrounds. You have to get your own place. But, I mean, boy, if we have a pair of people that would love to do something just wow for the weekend that will benefit Grace, again, it's $720 is the retail value. We will be putting these on Facebook as a silent auction. So pay attention. We're going to ask people to share it, promote it, and we really hope we can do something great with this. And I know the weather's going to be fantastic here for Allen's race and for the gala, because we don't want anybody getting their, fancy clothes messed up. But should it rain in Plymouth and they have to cancel the race, the tickets are good for next year.
Oh, okay.
So it's great.
Wonderful opportunity. I know that a lot of car enthusiasts out there, but just to see those old cars and running in tip-top shape, and that's just really, I can see somebody really taking to that. And hopefully More than one, because for a good auction, you need at least two to bid against each other.
Right. Get the bidding wars going there, because I think it's going to be I would love to do that. I just think it's great.
Let us know when that is up so we can promote it as well, when
You bet.
you've got it ready to go for people to put their bids in.
You bet. We will make it well known.
Awesome. And all the proceeds go to Grace.
All the proceeds go to Grace. You betcha. And it's, like I said, it's a donor from even outside our service area. So that was wonderful.
Thank you to them. That's just great. What about some other miscellaneous? There's something going on all the time for Grace, isn't there?
Oh, for Grace, there's always something going on. And Alan, help me out if I miss any, because I know we're talking about I think there's a barbecue with the Richland County Bank. There's a drive-through barbecue. There's going to be hot dog stands and brat stands and bake sales. KC Bingo, not all of them, but some of them. The food, what do you call it? The food stand goes to whatever they choose, but there's some of those that go to Grace. A few teams doing Culver Share Night. So again, we have great teams doing great things. And I do want to clarify that when the teams are doing their fundraising, that's kind of like a second party that's fundraising for Grace. Their events are not a Grace-sponsored event, but it's a team-sponsored. And I stress that. I know you've heard me stress that before, because businesses will often say, well, we've already donated to Grace. But when you're donating to the teams, it's not being donated to Grace. It's being donated to an individual who's doing a fundraiser with the intent of the monies going to Grace. So there's a little bit of a difference there. There's only 2 events that are official Grace events, and one you've heard Alan talk about. It's a great event. They do solicitation, I'd say more for the swag bags, for maybe bars, fruits, water for the race, stuff like that. That's an official Grace-sponsored event. And then, of course, the Walk with Grace in August, always the second Friday, is the other Grace event. So when people donate to those events, it's a donation to Grace. And June had mentioned earlier, of course, the auction committee has met. We're getting ready to send out letters. If you do not receive a letter and you want to donate, just give us a call. Again, the number is 608-604-8255, or you can email Grace Local Cancer, that's one word, gracelocalcancer@gmail.com. We're going to begin collecting the donations. We'll be taking photos. We'll get them out there on our Facebook page, and I believe it goes on the website as well. Alan, is that correct? Mm-hmm. The photos will go out there. But we need those prior to July 10th so we can get the people recognized, get the pictures of the items out there as well. Individuals that wish to donate, please reach out as well. We ask that you donate new items. While we do appreciate all donations, we do not have the space for, cleaning out the closets or cleaning out the basements. So give us a call. Anything you donate, give us a detail on it. Sometimes people will donate something of significant, but if we don't know that, we don't know what the significance it is behind it. Give us the dimensions, and if it's I'm just going to use quilt because that's something with dimension, or a wall hanging. Give us the depth and the width and the height, so we can. It sells better when we have more detail with it. And we always let people know, too, the auction committee will determine where the item goes, because we've got the silent auction, we've got the bucket raffle, we've got the WRCO. Of course, we usually do 10 big items for the radio auction, so we'd be looking for some significant of the big ticket items for the radio auction. But otherwise, everything else will be determined by the Grace committee or the auction committee as to where they'll be divvied out at.
All right. What about community grants? I know you wanted to talk about that before we wrapped up here today.
Well, check out our website. There's a lot of, medical, like between Boscobel, Richland Center, et cetera, the clinics and that have, that serve our community members. So I just want to remind everybody that we do have funds available for the education and medical community in our service area. If they have stuff related to prevention, education, whether it's medical research, as long as it needs to be cancer related, the application is pretty simple. You describe the audience that you hope to reach in your project that you're seeking funds for. Explain how the project with those will benefit those in our service area. It could be prevention, screening. If it's a piece of equipment, what does that piece of equipment mean? I mean, you can give us some big name of something, but what does that mean in relation to how's it going to serve our people with cancer screening or cancer prevention? And again, there's no big WRCO reveal here, but we do have a pretty exciting, we get grants in, and we do have one that's pretty exciting. We're excited about it, but that'll be something for May, so you'll just have to wait because
right.
that's still in the works.
We'll get the exclusive then.
You'll get the exclusive then, yeah.
Next time. Alan, some miscellaneous things that you wanted to talk about here so we get set to wrap up?
Yeah, Phil, just to tag on to what Eileen was saying, if you want to know what some of the fundraisers are coming up, just the best thing to do is to watch the Grace Facebook page. And especially real soon, possibly even this weekend, we might have that wonderful ticket package to Road America out there. We're still trying to line things up for publicizing that and for promoting it and actually running the silent auction on Facebook. It takes a little work to prepare for. But as soon as we get that out there, we will be letting people know, and we'll be sharing that on all of the local groups as well. So, but that's probably the best place to go to find out about the Walk with Grace team fundraisers, also with the two big events for Grace on the Grace Facebook page. We have some things on Instagram, but Grace Facebook and sometimes our website, walkwithgrace.com as well. And if you don't know the Grace Facebook page, go to walkwithgrace.com. And then in the upper left, there's a little Facebook icon that you can click on that will take you to the Grace Facebook page.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
You have questions about that from time to time. Impressive totals. I mean, last year was just outstanding. And maybe you could talk about your overall Grace kitty. It's just amazing when you add up the numbers, isn't it, Eileen?
It is. I mean, you look at last year, our 2024 totals for the year were $313,993.50. So that was an impressive total, and that's thanks to our generous business owners, our teams, all the individuals that make this such a success. It's Grace is nothing without the volunteers and the teams. That's what it's all about. The residents of the 37 townships, we provide service. They can feel confident that, in the words of Ron Fruit, that when the bad news is cancer, the good news is Grace. We're here to help them. We can put gas in their tank when they have to run for all those appointments, take care of a utility bill, maybe pay a hotel room for a night before an early morning procedure. Grace is here to give a little bit of relief during a very stressful and worrisome time. Overall, in the 21 years because we're doing our 22nd year now, in the 21 years, we have done $4,995,125.39. So we were less than $5,000 from hitting, $5 million. So that was pretty cool. But the money we raised last year, that was just simply hard work, dedication, no big ticket items last year. So that brings me to, I'm dreaming big this year. I'm dreaming in color. I'm confident that our dedicated teams and businesses with their huge hearts, I'm looking at $500,000 this year. That's my big dream. I think we have it in us. I really do.
That's a lofty goal.
It is. Well, I say, it's our teams. We're not competing against each other. Our teams have a solid base, and that's what it is. They're working towards a common goal to support everyone in our service area. Whether your team donates $25, $2,500, $25,000, it all goes in the same pot for the same purpose. And I will recognize little Sally's $15.47 from her lemonade stand just the same as I'd recognize somebody else. She will get that big check when she turns in that money. So it's about everybody. It's a fantastic organization.
Yeah, it's always inspiring, that's for sure.
It is very inspiring. And sometimes people wonder, what do we do with that money? Well, for the last board meeting for March, we had 8 people that applied for assistance from Grace, and all of those 8 people were approved. So again, that's people battling cancer in our service area, and for the month of March, we had, unfortunately, 8 of those that were requesting assistance, and we were happy to grant that to them.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah, unfortunately, there's always a need, it seems like. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate what you guys do. and appreciate the upcoming events. Of course, we'll be there for your big race coming up on the 17th, and
Looking forward to it, Phil.
look
Yeah,
forward to
it'll
that.
be great.
And I know June will be at the gala. I'm going to try to hide my checkbook that night. So
You got to prepare for the winter, Phil. It's going to be cold, so
I
you're going to need
suppose.
a nice new quilt.
yeah, especially when the Packers play the Bears, we're going to have to.
Yes,
bundle up.
definitely that.
Thanks, guys. Alan Koszubski, Eileen Stevens. Earlier, June Nee was in to talk about Grace this month here on the Morning Show.